Hello and welcome back to another final table commentary. If at any point in time you find yourself not caring for the commentary, there'll be a link in the description down below to the video and KalipokerTV poker replays. With all that bullshit being said, we got Gammy on the final table, we got Cole, we got Smilly the Hero, Internet 930, Coco Jambo, we got Hello Toddy, Gavs, and Anjay, and don't forget about JT. Don't forget about JT with that short stack, 13 blinds for him. We got a Titans event from the 2nd of February, 2025. Looks like we're not in the money. We got 4 players making the money, and then there's bounties for players to hunt. Smilly's got this big-ass stack, yo, so they call with the 10-7 suited. See a Queen Jack 2 flop. Backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw. Smilly goes for a Betsky and a large one. Gammy with the backdoor royal flush draw. We'll just fold to the large-ass bet on the flop. Gammy's got this big-ass stack too. 72 blinds. We see Hello Toddy in the big with 146 blinds. Coco Jambo in the small with 89 and a 9 and a 5 will raise to 4 blinds. You love to see it. Love to see this deep stack poker. Coco will take it down with the raise. Call with the queen and the 9 of the same suit. Anjay lets go of 5s under the gun. And they got a stack too, 75 blinds, they could have played those. Smilly with a couple of 9s. The queen 9 for call will come in for the open. 9-9 finds the call. Gavs in the big with an ace and a 3. They're going to let that go. King 6-2 flop. Call checks it on over. We'll see what size Smilly goes. Oh, they're going to check it on back. Let's see a 7 of spades on the turn. So there's 2 flush draws out there. I thought Smilly would have went for a little Betsky. Call checks once again with 60 blinds behind, 7 in the middle. This pot's pretty boring. If Smilly bets, they'll take it down. We're just looking for a queen. There won't be any action if there's a queen. Like, what about a 9? The one remaining 9. Anyways, turn goes bet, fold, and we're moving along. Not much doing here. Hello Toddy on the button with the jack and a 5. Anjay in the big with a 9 and an 8. Hello Toddy might come in for the open. They do find it. 2.1 blinds is the size. Gavs with a king in the small. Not going to 3-bet it. Not suited and booted or nothing. We get a king jack 6 flop, sorry. Almost said 3 for some reason. Still warming up here. Hello Toddy with that middle pair. Backdoor flush draw. Checks it on back. 5 of spades on the turn. So Anjay picks up a straight draw to the 7. They'll bet 2 blinds. Hello Toddy's got 2 pairs. Excuse me while I fight my cat. Looks like Hello Toddy bumped it on up on the turn, facing the small lead. And Hello Toddy will take it down with 2 pairs. Gammy with the queen 9 suited under the gun will come in for the open. King 8 suited for Hello Toddy. They're going to pass on the 3-betting spot. Gavs folds what I think was a better holding. I think queen 10 suited. Gammy gets one through pre. Coco with a queen and a 9 will open it on up. Hello Toddy plays call with the 8-9 suited. 6-6 for Anjay on the button. 70 blinds deep. I think we play call. Unfortunately, JT doesn't have the chips. Oh, they do have the chips to come along and they flop top pair. But Coco's got the straight draw and flush draw. Hello Toddy with bottom pair. Anjay doesn't belong in here with the 6s. 4 on the turn, so JT's holding on up for the time being. If I'm JT, I just yoink it in on the turn. Here they do. They lead jam for about 10 blinds into a pot about 10. Coco calls with their draw, looking for a 10 or a club. They don't find it. JT gets a full double and then a whole bunch more. 30 blinds for JT. They're back in the game. Internet with an ace and a jack. Oh, goose. So Internet comes on in for the open. Anjay with a queen and a king. Will come on in for a 3-bet to 6 blinds. Put some pressure on the shorty. Internet just lets go of the ace and the jack. And Jay gets one through pre. Oh, another ace jack for Internet. Looks like another open. However, we got Smiley in the big blind this time around. Internet goes for a bigger sizing. Coco finds the call with 9-10 suited. We got JT calling with ace-10. 5-4 suited for Gammy. Come along. Come along. Nice. Smiley in the big with the king and the queen. Could always 3-bet here. Look to take the pot down pre. Internet says party. And here's the big 3-bet. Big 3-bet to about 17 blinds. Smiley says party where? Oh, you love to see the chat. USA. Internet folds. And the 3-bet will get through pre. Big 3-bet. Show the bluff. King, queen. Internet has the read. Smiley says correct. Whoa, that's interesting right there. It was king, queen. Oh, indeed. And it was. What a read by Internet. Anyways, we got a break to skip through. I didn't want to press the button. I wanted to see some more chats, but here we are skipping through a little break ski. Oh, Internet's got a couple of kings. They might get a penny or two out of Smiley here. Folds around to him with 10-4 suited. Smiley probably comes in for the raise. Internet will go for like a min 3-bet. And then Smiley folds probably. Oh, we get a limp from Smiley. I think Internet still finds the raise pre. And Smiley finds a way to get away from it or something. Oh, goose. Did you ball somewhere else, buddy? There you go. Anyways, Internet goes in the tank here. They raise to 3.2 blinds. Smiley does find the call. Backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw for him. 1 overcard. But that doesn't matter. The board is paired as well. And Internet bets under 2 blinds into 7.5. Smiley's getting a fair price to come along, I suppose. We could put 420 blazes it and raises it to 4.2 blinds. You love to see it. Oh, and he typed that shit out quick. If I'm Internet, I just call here. Yeah, good shit. 5 on the turn. There's a straight draw to the 6 for Smiley, who might rip it all in on the turn here. No, they go for a smaller bet, 6.4 blinds. I think Internet just calls again. There's no flush draw out there. We're not too scared. We don't want an 8 to see a bad river, so if Internet rips it all in, they're just doing it for value, of course. Trying to get called by an 8. Ace of Hearts is a pretty interesting card. Smiley should say, I might slow down. Give up the bluff. Smiley goes in the tank here. No hey me do? What does that mean? It's a little bit of English, but I don't understand it. Again, I think Smiley gives up the bluff here as I fight the cat off from my cords. It's really annoying. The cat will play with a ball and you'll just swat it right in the cords. He'll go diving head first in there. Value jam queen 8-0. Smiley rips it all in. Smiley says no. This is beautiful wordplay. I don't know if it's going to get the job done. I think Internet finds the call in the end. Queen 8, raise pre, right? As you know, 7 always coming. Fucking hell, king, king. Tells him what he has. GG, GL guys. Finds the call. Very nicely done by Internet. They win a big pot. Beautiful play. Just a call, call, call. Let the big stack bluff it off. King Jack for Hello Toddy. Still in second place. Smiley with 140 blinds. Sitting there comfortably. Giving 23 to Internet doesn't matter. I never bluff, says the bluffer. How can you call? Let's see some wordplay. I'm calling station. No, I think internet just played the hand beautifully. I'm bad at folding rivers too. Oh, he says he's bad in fold river nodes. So he's not aware of what he should be folding is what he's saying. Whereas I was saying I just call down because I'm a calling station. Anyways, what does that matter? We got Hello Toddy with this queen and the 2 with the flush draw making a pair. Okay, next time it'll work. I want to see them keep talking even though we got a hand going on here. Gavs with the pair of 8s. Had the backdoor flush draw on the flop. Looks like they checked it back 8 on the river. I'm not quite aware of the flop action. It looks like it went check check. Lead on the turn with the deuce. 8 on the river. Hello Toddy checks. Oh, I think you guys can hear that. My cat is attacking a piece of cardboard on the back. Yeah, that's getting picked up, I think. Anyways, Gavs goes for some value. I'll take it on down. What's going on here? Just a bunch of bullshit. Smilly with a big stack. Won't go for the raise with the queen and the 3. It looks like it'll fold around to the blinds. Hello Toddy might raise. Still CL after my 22-point punt. Oh my. What does CL mean? I asked to see if my brain would come up with the answer CL. Probably mad or some shit. Well, we get a fucking 3-bet here from Jack 4-0 to 11 blinds. Internet eating some something. Por favor. Those two are talking it on out for real. And the 3-bet gets through for Gavs. That was a nice play. 6-10 hits the muck for Hello Toddy. We got a King 10 open and a couple of 5s for internet here. Anjay waits patiently in the big with an ace and a king. Coco gonna fold a 5. Internet does just let go of the pocket pair. 2-3 suited for Hello Toddy though. They'll come along to the flop. Or try to. Anjay will likely 3-bet here large and take it down. Yeah, it's an interesting spot. What size do you go? Like 13? No, he says 11.5. Looks pretty maybe nah, it looks standard as shit. I was gonna say, is it a little bit big? I think it looks pretty standard. Like the Smilly raised to 17 blinds was huge. Hello Toddy goes in the tank for a second with a 3-2 suited, but we'll let it go. Not much doing here. Jack 9 suited for Coco will come in for the open. Hello Toddy might play call, sorry. Yeah, we are going to see a flop here unless Anjay 3-bets that ace 6-0 from the small, which isn't likely. JT in the big. With the Jack 7-0 will come along to the Queen 10 5 flop. Straight flush draw for Coco, open-ended. I'll bet about 2 blinds. Hello Toddy does have the best holding with a pair of 10s for the time being. And JT just will get out of the way. 4 of spades on the turn. Or sorry, diamonds. How did I miss that so badly? Coco bets 9 blinds. Into 11. Does make an interesting stack to pot size ratio on the river. Maybe about 29 blinds, 30 almost in the middle, with 50 behind. Hello Toddy will let go of the pair of 10s as the slightest of equity favorites, I think there. I think Coco's... it doesn't matter. I'm not going to try to guess at equities again. Whenever I do that, I just fail miserably. King Jack for Hello Toddy. Cavs with an ace and a queen. They're going to 3-bet that bad boy up. Gammy will fold the Jack 9 suited. Hello Toddy always could stick in a 4-bet here. Cavs has a little bit of playability behind, so Hello Toddy might say I want a 4-betting range. And I might want to stick King Jack O in there. Doesn't have to be large. Be like 11 blinds or something. Maybe a little bit larger than that. If we make it like 15, I wonder... Nah, Hello Toddy thinks about it and then just finds the fold. So all that tinking over the size for the 4-bet, and Hello Toddy just says, I'm going to let it go. It would have been weird for Gavs with that ace-queen. It was such an interesting final table as we've only got one shorty, JT, with 19 blinds is hanging out patiently. They got plenty of room just to chillax. Then we got a bunch of deep stacks. Playing like 45 blinds deep. Interesting stuff, and a bunch of strong players willing to throw the chips around, willing to talk some shit. Not really talking shit. But they are flapping their lips. Anyways, ace 3 for Smilly comes in for the under the gun open. Jack 10 for Gavs is in the tank. And what I'm enjoying, or like I don't have the words to properly articulate how happy I am. Smilly says, "Sir, don't fall asleep," as Gavs goes in the tank there. But I'm very happy about the quality of players we have on the final table. Like, everybody here is just a solid-ass player. Everybody's got chips except for JT. We get a 3-bet from call with the ace-6-0. Smilly with an ace and a 3. They find the call. Backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw for Smilly. Not much doing here for call, but they have the best of it for the time being. Very unlikely to hold up. Jack on the turn, we're chopping it up. Right? No, not yet. Sorry. One more card and then we chop it up. So I suppose a 5 or a 2 or a 6 call would just take the pot. They go for another bet ski, and that will actually just get Smilly off the pot, of course, because they only had ace high. I don't know why I didn't think call was going to continue to barrel, but they were kind of bluffing there. No, they were certainly bluffing there with the best of it. Got the job done. Anjay with a couple of 5s will come in for the open. JT with an ace and a 9 will play call. Smilly calls as well with the ace 2 in the big blind and flops that bottom pair of 2s. Anjay with the pair of 5s on the 10-4-2 board continues with a 2 blind bet. JT with the nut flush draw. They'll stick in their stack, and we'll have an interesting little happening here. Anjay, I don't know if we call. We've got a fair holding, but any flush draw is likely to be having 2 overcards plus the flush draw. So Anjay gets out of there with those 5s, and Hello Toddy's got aces, yo. Not too much for the rest of the players. Coco with the 7-6 suited raises under the gun. Hello Toddy 3 bets to 8 blinds, and that's probably a little bit too large. It'll just take the pot down. Ace queen for call. They'll come on in for the open from the cutoff. No, wait, Andrew's got 6s. My apologies. They raise from early position. Cole finds the call from the cutoff. Jack 8-0 for Coco in the big. Covers both players, but we'll just let go of their holding. Ace 10-3 flop. Anjay checks. Call will... Do we check here? I don't know. Too many draws, I think. We bet. We really don't want to get check raised, so that's why we do check. So, I was going to say that's why we check sometimes. Call lands on the check. Get the 10 of spades on the turn. Call could always check her back again or go for a big bet. I don't think we bet small. That doesn't make sense. 6.5 blinds full pot. That makes a lot of sense. And then I think Anjay just gets the heck out of there. Although again, there's a lot of draws, yo. But the big gets through. Ace king for Gavs. That's a strong holding. Hello Toddy with a couple of jakes. Ace 8 folded for Anjay. Ace 6 for Coco. Smilly calls with the 6-8 suited. King 10 suited for internet. Do we 3-bet and then jacks fold? That's a cool happening. Then Gavs rips it all in and takes it down pretty. Oh, that's kind of interesting. Unless Hello Toddy does something different with the jacks. But we do get the 3-bet from internet to 8.5 blinds. But I think I've seen Hello Toddy fold jacks pre before. Under the gun raise, a call from Smilly isn't scary. Internet's 3-bet should be worrisome. So jacks hit the muck pre. Yeah, no surprises there. And then I think Gavs just rips it in. And then it folds all the way back around to internet, and they fold as well. Interesting hand there. Interesting hand. So Hello Toddy, unfortunately, probably would have won a big pot there as we saw a bunch of aces folded. A king would have been folded with the king 10 suited. So Hello Toddy probably would have got Gav's bounty in a big pot. What a damn shame. We continue on with 9 players. Ace Queen sees a Smilly open. 6-6. Internet 3 bets to 7 blinds. From the cutoff. So it shouldn't be super wide. 8-4 2 flop as Smilly calls pre. Good flop for 6s. Internet bets 4 blinds. Doesn't. Oh wait, it does size up a turn jam if he wants to take it. Smilly will just yoink it all in with those 6s. Says I probably have the best of it. Look to buy the pot on the flop here. No king this time, huh? Yeah, I don't want to see internet bust. Want to see those two continue to talk. That's some funny shit. King jack for internet. 5-5 for Coco. We could see internet fold and Coco opens. Nah, internet still comes in for the open here after playing the past 2 hands. It doesn't really matter. King 4-2 flop. Back to back 3 bets. Comes in for an open with the king jack. Oh, flops top pair. Good news for internet. They'll go for a little bet. Oh, no, we check. I thought we were going to go for a little bet ski. Coco might want to put in a bet to protect. They say nope. I'm wrong about both players betting on the flop. We just see a free 8 of spades. The flush completes. Internet's got a spade. Coco without one says I'm probably done with the pot. Internet says I'll give you a free river though. Coco says I'll take it. Ace of hearts. Pretty boring shit as I think it just goes check check. If internet bets, I think it's for value, right? We're not trying to get anything to fold. Ace on the river. If Coco bets, that's a bluff, and that's cool to see. No, they just check and give it up. Internet takes it down. Small one, but it matters right now. 28 blinds. They're ahead of JT, who's in the big blind with a 9 and an 8. And Jay in the small with an ace and a king. Hello Toddy with a big stack and a 10 and a 7. Hello Toddy passes. And Jay will raise to 4 blinds. And JT will say fuck you, yo, and fold. Disrespectful raise there with the big strong holding. Ace 6 for call will come in for the open from under the gun. Ace 7 for Anjay on the button. We got a queen jack for JT in the small blind who might play call. They do play call. Gammy gets out of there. King 9-7 flop. Not too interesting. A little straight draw for JT. Call bets 1.7 blinds into about 7. A little bit less. Straight draw calls 5 on the turn. Call continues with a 6 blind bet, and that should get JT off the pot. Queen jack for Gammy and the small ace jack for Hello Toddy. Where are they sitting? Oh, we got the cutoff. Low jack. King 7, or that's not a king. 7-6 for Coco. 1 seat to Hello Toddy's right. Why is everything so difficult right now? I don't know anything. I don't know my rights and lefts. I don't know what a 7 is apparently. Anyways, we get a queen 9-6 flop 3 ways. Gammy with top pair. Hello Toddy with a backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw. Might go for a bet ski. Bottom pair for Coco would just get out of there. Hello Toddy checks back the flop for diamonds on the turn. Yes, I got that card right. Gammy might lead out here. Although that jack isn't necessarily the best kicker, we still go for a little bet ski. Just under half pot. And I don't know if Hello Toddy calls here. I think we just let it hit the muck. There's a lot of draws out there. Jack 10 is open-ended. 8-7 is open-ended. 7-5 is open-ended. There's even another one below that. 5-3 was it? That's not likely to be there. Whatever. Hello Toddy thinks about all the potential draws and then lets the ace high go. Hello Toddy again with an ace. Ace 8-0 might come in for the open. They say no. Smilly's in the big with 130 blinds. Oh, I didn't even realize aces for call. Get an open from a king and a 2 for Gammy. Every once in a while we can see a little bit of fireworks here. Call will 3-bet of course, and then the potential fireworks comes in if Gammy wants to 4-bet. I think they're going to fold. They're thinking about a 4-bet though. Can't really call there with king 2 suited. They do just pass on the spot and blinds go up. Ace queen for Angie. JT with a couple of 8s. Didn't see any 8s folded. I think we get this all in pre. We'll see what JT thinks. They do go for a 3-bet non-all in. But this will get all in. An ace being folded by internet in the big blind. Surely you don't go bounty hunting with ace 7-0. I'm going to think about it for a second. I suppose do a little bit of math ski just in case. And then find the fold. And then Angie will get it all in here. Look for the 2,500. Oh, whoa! Angie passes on the spot with ace queen 0. Thinks maybe it's just ace king. Queens are better. Maybe if it's like ace king and 10s are better. Ace queen isn't doing the best, but interesting. Because it was a small, it was a non-all-in 3-bet. But I don't think that should come into play here. It's not like we're playing 50 blinds deep. We're only playing 20-some. No, it wasn't even 20. It was like 17 blinds deep or some shit. In the end, it does not matter. Angie passes on the spot. JT gets one through. Call with an ace and a 4. We'll also get one through pre. Ooh, Gavs has aces. Oh, but just nothing doing for nobody. Gavs will raise 2.2 blinds, and Hello Toddy in the big with a 9-2 suited could always come along to the flop. We see a couple of spades being folded. King 8-0 for internet will likely just get out of the way. It is their button, but just gonna fold King 8-0. Hello Toddy, however. 9-2 suited in the big blind. Are you serious? What a spot. We can't pass on that. Hello Toddy plays call. Queen 8-6 flop. 1 spade for Hello Toddy. Not enough. Backdoor straight draws. Gets a free turn and it's the 7 of hearts. So we're looking for a 10 or a 5 and Hello Toddy will crack the aces of Gavs. Gavs aces. Oh, I could have made a better sentence there. It don't matter. Hello Toddy bets 5 blinds. Gav snap calls. King on the river. What an interesting little happening here. Gavs checks back the aces on a board that's got plenty of straight draws, no flush draw. River goes lead for 24 blinds, and if I'm Gavs, I just find the hero call and say, well, this is why I check back the flop. You just gotta call. Gavs goes deep in the tank here. He'd have about, what, 20... Fuck, why can't I do math? 26 plus 2 is 8. He'd have 28 blinds if he calls and he's wrong, which would put him in third last place. You call and you're right, however. 64 blinds slide your way. There's the call with the aces and 64 blinds slides Gavs away. He's got 92 bigs. He's in second place position. Bluff from Hello Toddy does not get through. Gammy with an ace and a king will bet 2 blinds. Ace. Sorry, that's not an ace. 8-7 for call finds the call. Ace 5 for Gavs in the big blind. There's with the ace. Let's see some spades or something. Couple of spades, a king high board. See a bunch of bets go in. Gavs could always 3-bet pre here. And then Gammy 4-bets all in and gets it on through. There's the 3-bet to 12.6 blinds, so some of Hello Toddy's chips will slide over to Gammy. I mean, Gavs will still be in a very comfortable spot with 80 blinds. But they go for a big 3-bet here. Whoa, we just get a call from the ace-king. We get a jack-6-5 flop. 29 blinds in the middle, 40 behind for Gammy. They got the flush draw. 2 overcards, but one of them is dirty. Gammy goes in the tank here after Gavs checks it over to him with that pair of 5s, 6 on the turn. Pairs the board. Gammy still looking for a king or a heart. A jack also works now, though. Gammy bets 8 blinds. Does Gavs just let go of the pair of 5s? Like, what do we do here? We got ourselves in trouble, didn't we? Personally, what I think I see a lot of here is 9s, 10s, 8s, 7s with a heart or some shit, and Gavs goes for a check raise to 16 blinds, just clicks it back. Looking to buy the pot on the turn here. What does Gammy do? Do we have to call 8 blinds into 60? Do we have to call? I think we have to call 6 on the river. So Gavs makes a boat. So again, I think what I see a lot of here is pocket pairs below a jack. Gavs checks it on over. If Gammy rips, does he get it on through? What an interesting hand here. If I'm Gammy, I just check and lose all the time. So that's why I think a jam might come in. There's the all-in for 23 blinds, and we're going to see if Gavs calls down here. Check raises the turn to 16 blinds, yo. He put so many pennies in the middle. A big 3-bet pre 12 blinds. Whoa, that's so many blinds in the middle. Put 28 already in there, and there's already 23 to call, and the Gammy jam gets through. 84 blinds for Gammy. What a play on the river there. Just recognizes they're never going to win the pot. What a start to the final table. 9-9 for call will come in for the open. Ace-9 for Hello Toddy. Gavs with an ace and a 4. Internet with king 4-0 is very likely to let this go. Both those ace highs hit the muck. And a king high for Anjay in the big blind will also hit the muck. No action for the 9-9. Ace king for Gavs this time. 5-5 for Coco. King 8 for Gammy will come in for the open under the gun. Smilly with the queen 9 suited. 3-bets swiftly to 6.5 blinds. Gavs will 4-bet the ace king on the button. What size do we go? Some sort of click back, something small, I think. Or is it big? 16.5 blinds seems a little big. Whereas a click back would be closer to like 12, 13. So 16 is a bigger size. And of course, Smilly gets out of the way. Ace 4 suited for Smilly will come in for the open from under the gun +1. Internet thinks about it with 10-9-0. They let it go. Queen 4 for Gammy in the big is suited and booted to the hearts. JT in the small with a king and a 3 is going to find the call. Has the same suit as Smilly, which is unfortunate. That ace 4 is suited and booted. 10-9, 5 flop. The clubs are out there. Backdoor hearts are out there. Backdoor straight draw for Gammy with the backdoor flush draw. Nut flush draw for Smilly. Bets small, 1.8 blinds. Don't check raise JT, although they might. I gotta sneeze, shit. We're going to get this all in on the flop, and we're going to see a king or a 3, and we find it on the turn, and no club. JT survives. Gets lucky there. Scoops a 45 blind pot, and Smilly, a little pissed off with an ace and a queen, will come in for another open under the gun. Still in first place, 84 blinds. We are just seeing the chips fly around now. Gavs with an ace and a jack. Anjay with king 10, and then call with 10-10 in the big blind. We get a call from Gavs. Anjay lets their bullshit go. Don't know why I thought king 10 would come along. Anyways, 10-10 calls the big blind. 8-8 5 flop. Checks around to Gavs, who might also just check this back. No backdoor draws. 9 on the turn. If I'm call, I lead out here. 6-7 does make a straight, but we're most likely to have that. Smilly could have plenty of 6-7. No, I don't know about the offsuit shit. Or call might have some 6-7-0. Right? It doesn't matter. 10-10 for call. We'll lead on out and take it down. Smilly says still the chip lead, and it's like, yeah, somehow. After losing a few big pots, Smilly's got this chip advantage that's very marginal. Gammy just like 3 blinds behind him. 10-10 for internet will come in for the open. No, 8-6 flops. Ace 8-8. Smilly leads out. It's very small. Internet calls. I have the nuts. Smilly says, really? Bets 2 blinds. What are you doing? Smilly says betting. This is going to suck because I think Smilly rips on the river here. 4 of hearts. Smilly just yoink it in. And then internet says, what the fuck, man? Why are you betting though? Smilly will rip it all in, I think. And hopefully internet talks himself into a fold. He's going to think about it for a little bit. He has 16 blinds. He's in last place, and in last place by quite a bit. What just leads flop on an ace 8-8 board. Bets on the turn. Turns a deuce. 4 on the river. Jams. GG's, he says. Oh no. Okay, there's the talking shit. And internet folds. Nicely done. Says the 10s are no good there. Unfortunately, however, is down to 15 blinds with 1 in the middle. Or sorry, 16 blinds with 1 in the middle. I thought you had the uber nuts. Says Smilly. Jack 10 for Gammy will come in for the open. Get a quick 3-bet to 9 blinds from Smilly from the small. They should just take this down pre. Internet in the big with Queen 5-0. Or sorry, Queen 5 suited. Says fireworks. Gammy, I don't like folding to. Or Gammy don't like folding to. My apologies. Can't even read. But he open raises like 70%. What's Jack 10? Jack 10. Oh, that's a very playable holding. I don't think Gammy's been too aggressive. I do just fold to the 3-bet, and it was a large ass 3-bet 9 blinds from Smilly. And Smilly says, see? Smilly's funny as shit, yo. What's going on here? Call with a couple of 4s. Ace 6 suited for internet. Sees the big open, 2.3 blinds. Internet might yoink it in. Says GG, and the yoink is coming in. Call will probably find the call. Smilly says GG. Coco will fold the Jack 2, which is 2 hearts that internet needs to see on the board. Ace or a 6 dealer. No, we don't find it. Internet is Gonzo. Alonzo GG again from call. And it was a good game from internet. Had that nice play with the king and the king. Unfortunately, with the 10 and the 10, Smiley flopped quite well. Then they lose a flip there, and they're gone. So we're down to 8. We finally lose a body. That's interesting to note. Took us a while. It's about 40 minutes. King 5 for Gavs. Hello Toddy with an ace and an 8. We get a limp pot, I think. Only 3 blinds in the middle, so it must have been limped. Top pair for Gavs will bet a blind. Hello Toddy with an overcard, backdoor flush draw. Calls, makes a pair of 8s on the turn. Flush completes. Gavs bets 2 blinds. Toddy's in a weird spot here with this pair of 8s. I was going to say that flush completes. What's betting for value on the turn here? That was betting on the flop as well. King 4-4. Flush completes. So it's going to be King X, 4X, and a flush. And you make a pair of 8s. Just seems like you're drawing very thin there, even though you pick up a little bit of a holding, and Hello Toddy very swiftly folds it. Very nicely done. King Queen for Gammy under the gun will open it on up to 2 blinds. 9-9 for Call. 4-4 for Smilly. Might come along to the flop, although Coco is going to fold one of those 4s. I don't think we 3-bet the 4s. Probably just play Call if we're coming along. Smilly says we'll just fold. It's very reasonable as well. 8-7 for JT in the big blind, who has a stack now. 43 blinds. They play Call. King Jack 10 flop. Top pair with an open ender for a Gammy. Call with an under pair and a straight draw to the Queen. JT with a straight draw to the 9 really doesn't belong here. Flop checks around. 6 on the turn. Not too interesting. Gammy will likely put in a bet ski and take the pot down. JT's got this super long straight draw. Like if a 9 comes, holy shit, is that a long straight. 6 cards, yo. Call finds the call and bangs off the straight on the river. Gammy makes top 2 pairs. Any ace makes a straight. It's an under the gun open, under the gun +1 call. So there's going to be a lot of ace X. Call will show him the 9, and Gammy says, dude, what are you calling for on the turn there? How disrespectful. Anyways, Hello Toddy's got a king and a 10. Not the big stack they once had, but still 50 blinds. They come in for the open. 3-3 for Gavs, might call. Otherwise, this just gets through pre, I think. Although Gammy's got 8-5-0, we could play call. No, the raise from Hello Toddy just gets through pre. King 6 suited for Smilly. First place position. Right? Yeah, just barely above call. I suppose it kind of matters. But call with a king and a 4 in the big won't play call, I don't think. Anyways, we got a call from Hello Toddy. That's a lot of words that sound like call and call. Very annoying to hear, I bet. Queen 10-9 flop. Smilly with the backdoor backdoor flush draw with the straight draw to the jack. And overcard checks it on over to Hello Toddy with top pair, top kicker, backdoor flush draw, backdoor straight draw. Hello Toddy bets 2.5 blinds. Smilly might check raise here. Whoa, we just check fold on the flop to 2.5 blinds? Someone tell me about that one. Don't we at least call there? I was expecting a check raise. Smilly says, I'm just done with the pot, yo. Ace 3 for Anjay will open it on up. Jack 9 for Smilly in the big. Ace 2 flop, pretty boring. Anjay says, I'll try to let you catch up, however, I'll check back the flop. King on the turn. Anjay bets small and Smilly likely to get out of there. No equity bluff. Smilly thinks about it for a half a second and finds the fold. King Jack for JT. Thinking about an open. I'll find it eventually. 2 blinds is the size. Ace-6 for Smilly in the small place call. Coco in the big with a 2 and a 6 finds the fold. We get a Queen-7-4 flop. Goes check, check, Queen on the turn. Smilly's actually got a lot of bullshit here. King high could be good. We're going to check it down to the river. 9 of clubs. And both players with showdown value. We'll just check. Smilly will take a very small pot. 6 blinds with the ace high. Queen jack for Smilly on the button. We'll get the chance to... Wait, does Cull open ace-2-0? Interesting. Nah, ace-2 hits the muck, so Queen jack opens. Queen-10 for Coco in the small. So only 4 players get paid in the 5K here. That's interesting. It's kind of anybody's game. Cull and Smilly obviously have the biggest stacks, but like there's 3 players hanging out in that 50 blind range, and then the other remaining 3, Ajay, Coco, and JT, all of between 30 and 40 blinds, so they're still in the game. Nobody's like fully established himself as winning the tournament. Like Smilly unfortunately lost a few pots, although they started with that big ass stack, so they're still fine. But anybody's game. Got a lead out on the board pairing 5 turn by Hello Toddy, 5.5 blinds, which is cool. Smilly with queen high. Knows that there's plenty of straight draws on the 9-5-3 flop. And we get a check, or sorry, that's not a check raise, it's just a raise facing the lead from Hello Toddy to 13 blinds from Smilly. We'll see what Hello Toddy thinks about that. Hello Toddy does go in the tank, but let's go with a straight draw, and Smilly will get one through, even though they had the best of it. They got a king and a jack in JT's king jack suited. Oh, and then Cull I see with a couple of kings. Gammy with a couple of 6s. JT will open to 2 blinds. Gammy might call. Cull will 3-bet. Probably large. Do we make it like 10 blinds? That big? Maybe 9. 9.5? 7. Oh, that's tiny, yo. That's a small 3-bet. And then Smilly's going to come in for a cold 4-bet. Do we go small? Does Smilly fold? Nah, we gotta play the hand. Does Smilly fold, he says. Smilly 4-bets to 16 blinds. Oh, I crack myself up sometimes. I was just thinking, Smilly's got this big stack. I don't know how big of a pot we want to play pre-flop. With Cull here. 5 bets to 26 blinds. Ace-King will rip and get it all in. We're looking for that ace dealer. A 10 now does it as well. We get the 7 of spades on the river. Kings hold Kings hold up for Cull. They got 156 blinds. Smilly, the once big stack, is down to 12 bigs. Has a big ass bounty on their head, yo. $5,500. I mean, everybody's kind of got a big bounty on their head. Anyways, 4-3 for Gavs. Just might let this one go. We could come in for a raise as well. Ajay with a very playable King 10 suited. Sees a limp. Ajay sees a limp. Ajay goes in the tank and raises it up here and takes it down pre. Nope, they check it on back. Queen, Jack, 3 flop. Ajay bets a blind. Gav says, uh-oh. What did I get myself into? I have to call one. We'll see what the turn brings us. Jack of spades. Flush draw misses. Straight draws miss. Gav's leads for 1.5 blinds. Ajay's open-ended. Any king or 10 gets the job done. We get the ace of clubs on the river, so the flush draw completes. Ajay makes their straight, and they'll take the 8 blinds in the middle. Not easy to get paid by worse here. Ajay might... Do we bet tiny? What do we do here with our straight? Ajay says just bet large. Try to get called by a jack or a queen. Maybe even an ace X, but there's not a whole lot that leads the turn there. Anyways, the bet will get through and we'll fast forward through the break. Oh, finally no more burden of being a CL chip leader. That's what it stands for. Thank you. Smiley's ecstatic about being in last place. Man, Smiley ran like shit, eh? Even with that ace king versus kings, that's no good. Call is a very capable player of turning a lot of bullshit into bluffs there. At least with the 5-bet. I don't know about the all-in call. You're not gonna bluff all-in call. Anyways. Queen 10 for Anjay. 43 blinds for him. And what a beautiful image that is. Whatever island that is. Holy, that'd be amazing to visit. Is that an island? Or look at what's in the background there. It looks like mountains. It still could be an island. I don't know. But it looks like a beautiful, beautiful place to visit. Gavs with a king and a queen will come in for the open. And hey, does anybody know what Hello Toddy's image is from? Like, it's a chick in a fighting stance. I don't know who it is. As the cat's running through the damn cards. What are you doing, dude? Ace 3 for Hello Toddy. They'll come on in for the open. And JT electing to go for no image is a very interesting play as Smiley rips in the ace and the queen with about 70%. I think Hello Toddy calls. Looking for that $5,500 bounty. Looking for a 3 or some clubs. And Gammy with the kitty image is a very cool picture. And then I like Call's image as well. I don't know what... Oh my god, cat! We get a call from the ace and the 3. Queen high flop. 3 on the turn. We need another one as it's a diamond. Smiley gets the full double with the ace and the queen. Hello Toddy's down to 36 blinds and they got a couple of 8s, yo. They'll come on in for the open. Gavs with an ace 2 suited. Could always come in for a 3-bet. And then Hello Toddy 4-bets all in and takes it down pretty. Gavs does go in the tank, so it feels like a 3-bet's coming in. What size? Something like 7. No, Gavs passes on the spot. And Hello Toddy's raise will get through a pre-flop. Ooh, and they get 10-10. King Jack for Gammy, Ace 8 suited for call. The big stack. Cat. Nice, he's responsive now. King Jack will open, Ace 8 will call. Cat. Get out of the fucking cards. Hello Toddy might 3-bet all in here. No, we're 40 blinds deep. Do we still 3-bet all in? We play call. Queen 9-6 flop. This is interesting. Straight draw for Gammy to the 10. Call with the nut flush draw. Hello Toddy with that pair of 10s. Checks around a call. Yoinks. How does Hello Toddy win this pot? Call bets 1.8 blinds. Hello Toddy does find the call on the flop. Does Gammy call as well? The straight draw to the 10. 3 clean outs. They find the fold. So Hello Toddy's got at least a chance to win now. Call with the flush draw. We'll see if they bet again. No, they check Jack on the river. Good thing Gammy got out of there. I want to see Hello Toddy pick up this pot here. 11 blinds in the middle. Call blocks the 8-10 straight. Hello Toddy blocks King 10 and 10-8. River goes check and 11 blinds will slide Hello Toddy's way. So that's pretty boring. 8-8 for JT will come in for an early position open. And get it through pre-flop as Gavs has some bullshit and Hello Toddy's got some bullshit as well. Hello Toddy is aggressive, but the 3-2-0, I think they let it go. And they've actually been more like I don't know if passive is the right play. Or the right word, sorry. But somewhere between passive and patient. Gammy with a Jack 10 suited will come in for the open. Call with a 10 and a 10 will call. Queen 4-3 flop. I gotta say the one thing about call that... Well, cat, you gotta stop doing that, dude. The one thing I'm not a big fan about call is their name. It sounds like call too much. So whenever you say call, calls, it's like... I can only imagine the difficulty in the comprehension of the sentence. Anyways, queen 4-3 flop goes check check. Queen on the turn. Gammy bets 2 blinds. If I'm call, I call. If I'm call, I call. 5 of hearts on the river, so ace 2 makes a straight. 6-7 makes a straight. Would Gammy have that? I don't think so, yo. 6-7 suited, early position raise. Maybe. Anyways, Jack 10 fires another barrel with 4 hearts. About 9 blinds. Call goes in the tank, but I think we just find the call in the end. Yep. Nice pot, slides calls way, 28 blinds. Ace 9 for Coco. King 9 for call. Might come in for the open. They say no, we'll look for a better spot. Coco opens it up. Queen 2 suited for Hello Toddy. We'll think about something and then find the fold. 8-4 for JT in the big. Does play call. Ace 10-7 flop. Very interesting, JT. 8-4-0. We'll find the fold. No pair. Backdoor straight draws. Backdoor flush draw. JT's out of there. 9-10 suited for call. We'll raise under the gun. Coco Jambo with the 9 and the 9 will play call. Gabs with Ace 5 suited could 3-bet. Sucks that it's calls who's opening, so Gavs lets it go. Jack 10 suited for JT in the small will call. Gammy with an 8 and a 2 that's suited and booted. In the big blind thinks about it, does some math. 1 blind into 9 says I'll just fold. Queen 6-3 flop, 2 hearts, 1 diamond for JT. Not much doing for a call. They check it on over to the 9s. Coco checks it back, 3 hearts on the turn. So Gammy would have made a flush. JT bets 2 blinds, which is interesting as they've got no draw. They do find a 10 on the river, however Coco makes a flush. JT checks, looking to show it down. I don't know if Coco bets here. The 9 of hearts. We do make the flush. I was thinking it would be a small bet, but like, what are we still trying to get called by? Like, obviously worse hearts. Some sort of 8s, 7s with a heart. I wonder if a set might look you up even though the flush gets there on the river. Interesting little hand there by JT's lead. On the turn, anyways, they're down to 22 blinds. Hello Toddy with an ace and a king will open it on up. 4-4 for call in the big. 8-10-0 for JT calls from the button. Queen 8-4 flop. What? Call makes the bottom set. Ace king checks it over to JT. JT bets 2 blinds. If I'm call, I just call. Yeah, we're just going to the turn. Not too. There's plenty of straight draws, but we want to keep Hello Toddy in the pot and let JT blast off. Deuce on the turn goes check check. Deuce on the river goes all in. Fold. Does call bet like small as fuck, like 1.5 blinds? Bets 6.5 for value. Just trying to make it look like some sort of Jack 10, 9, 10, King Jack, something wrapped around the queen. Just try to get called by an 8. Or a queen, of course. And JT does find the call and sees the bad news. They're down to about 10 blinds. Queens for Gavs. So is JT playing the 8-10 suited off 9 blinds now? Does Gavs get a bounty here? Is JT a little sleepy and needs to go to bed? Why'd they play the 8-10-0? 8-10 suited does find the call off the 9 blind stack. Gammy with Jack 9 suited. On the button. They're going to find the fold. King 6-5 flop. 1 diamond for JT. Backdoor straight draws. Backdoor straight draw, sorry. No, there's a few backdoor straight draws. Anyways, they check it on back. Jack on the turn is no help for JT. She's got 7 blinds behind, 7 in the middle. Turn goes check, check, 3 on the river. JT knows they're not winning the pot. Gavs rips it all in, and 10 high hits the muck. 10-5 suited for JT? Like, what's going on? What are we playing here? King, queen for Anjay. We'll open it on up. Queen 9 for Gammy. That's probably hitting the muck, right? Nah, Gammy plays call. Ace 10 for Coco. Ace 10 plays call from the big blind. Jack, Jack 3 flop. Nobody with a jack. Nobody with at least the backdoor front or flush draw. Coco's got the backdoor. Wait, fuck me. Coco's got a backdoor flush draw. Nobody's whoa, words just got difficult as fuck, yo. 7 of spades on the turn. Coco leads out for about 6 blinds into 7.5, and they'll take it on down. What do we got going on here? Just a bunch of bullshit. Coco with a 10-9 suited in the small blind. The big stack call with a 6 and a 3 will open it on up. Coco plays call from the small. King Jack 8 flop. Interesting. Coco's double gutter. Sees 3 hearts. Gets a free turn, the 3 of clubs. So call makes bottom pair. The best hand for the time being. We had any 7, 9, 10, or queen would give Coco the best hand. We get the ace of clubs. 6 blinds will slide calls away unless Coco finds a bluff. As they block queen 10. They do bet 2 blinds and the pair of 3s hit the muck. Nicely done by Coco. Steals that little pot away. Oh, it sounds like cat vomiting. Oh no, he's not. He's sitting there just fine. 8-8 for Smilly will rip it all in. Gaps with kings in the big blind is very unfortunate. Very unfortunate news for Smilly, as an 8 is also 8 was folded. Ace. Ace on the river would have give Gabs the best holding, but we get the 9 of spades. 1 outer for Smilly. Cole should say something. Hey, I folded an 8. That was a 1 outer, guys. You wouldn't believe it. No, Cole just goes for the open with the king 3 suited and takes it down pre. So it sucks Gavs is down to 31 blinds, but I did want to see Smilly find a way to get back in the game. 38 blinds for them. They're not like in second, or where are they? Third? Yeah, they're in third, so it's at least they got some playability, you know? Coco with the ace 8 suited will rip it all in. Facing a limp from Gammy under the gun. JT was in the big blind, so that's why we get this weird action. Ace 5 for Smilly also limps along. So JT lets go of their bullshit. Gammy says, I'll let go of the 6s, I guess. And Coco will get it through pre. 8-6 suited for call will raise under the gun. We get a call from Smilly with a couple of 9s. Hopefully Gammy just calls, but they could rip it in here. 8-8 in the big blind. Gammy goes in the tank. They're very likely to rip it in, and Smilly will be going bounty hunting. 4K on the line. Again, with one of the 8s being folded, looks like Smilly's running better. I don't think we ever just fold. They do rip it all in. Gammy needs some help here, dealer. They don't find it on that ace turn nor on the 10 river. Smilly gets a nice bounty. We lose another body. So we're down to 7. Smilly back in second place with 63 blinds. Played a damn good game to hang on out. Lose a couple big pots. Was down to last place position with like 12 blinds at one point. Then was patient, got a bounty. They're back in the game. 63 big, 7-6 suited, limps it on in. 3-6 completes the small for call. 8-4 checks it on back. Jack 8-2 flop. All diamonds. So we got a diamond draw for call, and Smilly with a pair of 8s. With a diamond draw to boot. Hello, Toddy with 3 in a row. Bets 1.5 blinds, looking to take the pot down. We get call, snap folding with the diamond draw. The best diamond draw, that is. Smelly with a pair and the diamond draw, probably going to play call, even though this is a weird spot. Yo, 2 on the turn. Weird spot indeed. Want to see Hello Toddy continue to fire a barrel, even though they got no equity here. They are drawing completely dead. Hello Toddy fires away, overbet 9 blinds, leaving themselves with 21.5 behind. It would be cool to see Smilly call down here. Limp pot, Smilly finds the call, 10 of diamonds on the river. 21 blinds in or behind, 25 in the middle. This is funny shit. And Hello Toddy snap rips it in with 7-6 hearts. Smilly calls with the 4 of diamonds and we lose Hello Toddy. Oh no, Hello Toddy's gone to Alonzo. Smilly gets this huge ass bounty, yo. Ciao. Is that what that word is? What a play by Smilly. I don't even know what to say. They deserve every penny they've gotten so far. King 8-0 from the small. I don't know why. I think a 3-bet's coming in. Call opens up the ace 2-0. Why does it feel like a 3-bet was coming in? Smilly just finds the fold. King Jack for Anjay will raise under the gun. And get it on through pre. Don't know why I thought there was going to be action. Gav's had Queen 3-0 in the big blind. Call with that big stack and a jack and a 6 will open it on up. Ace Queen for Anjay in the big blind. Calls and checks quickly on the King 8-6 flop. Bottom pair, backdoor flush draw. Call will bet small. Anjay will float. Get a 2 on the turn. No flush draw, no nothing. Just ace, queen high for Anjay. Gets a free river, the 8 of diamonds. Anjay bluffs 2 blinds. Is this a value bet? What do we think about this? It's a little bit of a block bet. There's so many missed draws. Ace queen could be the best hand. Feels like a value bet trying to get called by like ace jack, ace 10. Sorry, just ace high probably. Anyways, the 2 blind bet gets called by the pair of 6s, and call takes the pot. And then Jack 2-0 comes in for an open off 150 blinds and takes it down pre. Very interesting. Ace Queen for JT in the small blind with like 3 blinds. We'll get this all in. Call with about 40%. We'll call with the 8-10 suited. Any 8 or 10 or some spades would help. Spade on the river and turn. Call makes a flush. JT is Gonzo Alonzo. So we're down to 5. The next player to bubble or to leave it will bubble. The next player's the bubble boy. Ace 8 for call opens it on up. And they get it through pre, by the way. Ace 4 for call opens it on up again. 7-6 suited for Smilly calls from the button. Ace Jack calls from the small. Queen 10 2 flop. Interesting shit. Coco with the straight draw, backdoor flush draw. Call with the backdoor flush draw, over card. Checks it on over. Smilly with nothing doing, checks it back. We're off to the turn. The 10 of the 10 of clubs pairs the board. We'll see if Smilly elects to bluff here with nothing. Nah, they don't need to bluff. They make a pair of 7s on the river. 7.5 blinds will slide their way. Unless call bets like something stupid large and Smilly folds, but that's not likely. It checks around to Smilly. The other players are looking to show down their ace highs, and Smilly shows them the 7. Ace 3, Smilly will probably come in for an open here. An all-in is the size, about 46 blinds effective, which is interesting. Just doesn't let Coco play poker in that instance. And 7-7 for call will get a walk. No, Anjay folds 6-7 on the button. Ace 8 for call. 5-5 for Smilly. We will not see 103 blinds Get all in pre. We got a limp pot. Smiley checks it back. King 4 2 flop. Call might c-bet. Is it a c-bet once they limp in? Something tells me it's not a c-bet at that in that instance. Anyways, Smiley with the pair of 5s will bet a blind. Call with 2 overcards to those 5s. Finds the call. 4 on the turn, pairs the board. So call might find another call. There's still so many draws out there. The flush draws. Limp pot pre. So like 5-3. O will be in there. 5-6. 6-3. Bunch of shit. It's 5-5 this time. Smiley does bet small, 2.8 blinds, and call gets out of there with the ace high. Nicely done. Queen 8, call will open the button. Ace jack for Smiley. We'll play call from the small. Coco in the big with a 7 and a 6 also comes along to the king queen 2 flop all spades. Smiley with the flush draw, backdoor royal flush draw, straight draw to the 10. Coco with nothing, pair of queens for call. Checks it on back, jack on the turn. If I'm Smiley, I just check call. And if I'm call, I just check it down to the river, hope for no spades. Ace of spades on the river, so that will give Smiley the best of it with the flush. I think that's the best possible flush too. Jack of spades, yep. I don't know why that was so difficult for me to initially read. But we got a couple of 8s for Gavs, and they're in trouble as Smiley has 9s again. Another instance. Just like with Gammy earlier, we get an open from the big stack, call from 9s. 8s rip it all in, 9s call, and no 8 for Gavs. So just like that, Smiley gets another bounty, just behind call now. They're playing 141 blinds deep. That's going to be some interesting shit, as we should see a heads-up battle between them two. Right? Wouldn't it be between them? I don't know, we'll see. 3 ways, 6-6-4 flop. We got a straight draw for Smiley. Flush draw for Coco, backdoor straight draw. Backdoor flush draw for call, and a backdoor straight draw as well. Both Coco and call with the ace over cards. 9 on the turn, so Smiley's straight draw gets longer, picks up some outs to the 10. A 7 or an 8 also work. And a 5. But if they're a heart, Coco will win the pot. Smiley bets 7.2 blinds. If I'm Coco, I find the call again, and then call gets out of the way. 9 of spades on the river. Smiley might jam, and then Coco's in a pickle. Who knows what to do? No, Smiley gives up the bluff, and 25 blinds will slide Coco's way. Oh, I see kings and ace-jack suited for Anjay. 4-handed. This is not good news for Anjay. They are very likely to bust. Very, very likely to bust. We see a small bet, a 3-bet to 5 blinds. Anjay rips her all in. We're going to need to see a jack or an ace. A jack or an ace. No, we get the 7 of spades on the river. Smiley gets another bounty. Holy, that's a big bounty. 12.5k on their head. 55 blinds deep. Coco limps in the ace 10, 3-3, checks it on back. 8-7-5 flop goes check, check. 6 of clubs on the turn, brings in a flush draw for Coco. And the straight draw to the 9, 2 overcards with the ace and the 10. We get a 5 of hearts on the river, so 3s hold up. And it goes check, check on the river. Call will take the pot. Unless they bluff with the 3s. No, that wouldn't. There's just no need to bet. There's no need to bet. Just check and show down your 3s. 5-4 for Coco will come in for the open. Ace 6 for Smiley. They play call from the big blind. King 8-4 flop goes check, bet. Do we float here, Smiley? No, this time they're just gonna fold. The bottom pair of 4s will get one through, even though they're the best holding. 10-3 for Smiley, limps it on in. Queen Jack for Coco, checks it back. 8-6-2 flop. Smiley goes for a blind bet. Coco raises to 4 blinds and takes it down. It's a nice little play. Smilly's putting the pressure on him. Takes it down with the queen high, even though he had the best holding, of course. Queen jack suited for Smilly. Opens the button. Calls the big blind. Flops top pair. 8-4-2 goes check bet. Do we raise here? Call goes in the tank. Thinks about it for a second and then finds the call. 7 of clubs on the turn. No flush draw. And a straight draw. Top pair. Call leads out for 2.5 blinds into a pot of about 10. And Smilly just folds the queen high. Then Jack 9 for Coco comes in for the open on the button. Queen for Smilly in the big blind will 3-bet and maybe just take it down pre. 7.5 blinds is kind of small. Coco might find the call. Nope, we're just going to pass. Queens get it through pre. Ace 7 for Smilly limps. 6-5 suited for Coco. Coco thinks about it, checks it on back. Ace Jack 8 flop goes bet. Ooh, bet call. Queen of diamonds on the turn does not give Coco any equity with the backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw on the flop. Oh, and Smilly checks over top pair as 9-10 makes a straight. King 10 makes a straight on the turn. 8 on the river as Coco checks back the turn. If I'm Smilly, I go for a value bet and they bet pot. Coco gets out of there, of course, with 6 high. 4-7 for Smilly will open on up the button. Ace 6 for both Coco and call in the blinds. Coco folds theirs. Ace 6 will call for a call. King 10 for flop. Good news for Smilly as they got the flush draw bottom pair. They bet and take the pot down. Queen 8 suited for call. Ace 3 for Smilly. Limp pot. Smilly says no it's not and raises it up to 3. No, it'd be bigger. And they check it back anyhow. Jack 6 3 flop. Bottom pair for Smilly. Backdoor flush draw. Backdoor straight draw for call. Checks it on over with 2 live cards with the queen and the 8. Smilly tinks it on over. And checks it on back. 4 on the turn. Call checks again. Smilly bets a blind. Not too much doing here for call. They'll just get out of the way and Smilly will take down the pot. And again, they reestablish first place position, so that's good to note. As they cover call for the bounty. You're not likely to get in 120 blinds deep pre-flop, of course, but could always eventually get it all in on some runouts. Top set here for Smilly. Backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw for Coco. Picks up no equity on the jack of spades turn. 4 of holy shit, 4 clubs on the river. Smilly bets the set again, and Coco folds ace high. Ace 6 Smilly will open. 8-10 for Coco. Calls the small call with a 9 and an 8 in the big blind. They just let it go. Queen 2 and a king on the flop. Flop goes check check. 3 on the turn. Turn goes check check. 5 of clubs. So the front door flush draw misses. Coco bets 3 blinds. And if I'm Smilly, I think I sniff out a hero call. Nah, Smilly lets her go. Coco gets another one through. Good shit for Coco. They're up to 44 blinds. 45, they're hanging out. Ooh, and then they get king. Ace 2 for call will open it on up. Smilly with 10-8 suited will play call from the small. If they 3-bet, that would be cool, but it's not going to happen here. 10-8 suited is just a calling hand. Coco 3-bets to 9 blinds, and call will get out of the way. Smilly likely to fold as well. If Smilly calls, that would be super cool, but it's just not happening. No action for the kings other than a raise and a call. We got a queen 10 suited for Smilly in the big. King 4 for call will limp it in. Smilly checks it back. King 10 4 flop. That's 2 pairs for call. Middle pair for Smilly. Smilly might bet to protect. One blind is inserted into the pot. King 4 will check raise. No, we just call 6 on the turn. Things could have been interesting with a queen or a 10. We still got a lot of draws out there. Smiley checks it back 3 on the river. So if I'm call, I bet large, and if I'm Smiley, I call whatever size he bets. As 5-7 makes a straight and 5-2 makes a straight. Do we go for some value with the queen 10? Interesting, as call is electing to check raise the river here. Oh, and we get an over bet by Smilly. 6.5 blinds with the queen 10. This is not a bluff. This is for value. So we could potentially see a call on the river if call check raises, but no, it's not likely. Facing a check raise, I might talk myself into just a call. Call says no, we'll check raise. And the queen 10 does look him up. Very nicely done by call. Beautiful play to get another 20 blinds in the middle on the river there. And we got a 6-4 for Smilly. Limp pod, Coco Jambo with the ace 3. Sees a queen jack 8 flop. Checks it on back. Ace on the turn. Smilly bets a blind. Coco finds a call. 4 on the river. Smilly gives up. Got some showdown value. Oh, fuck. I lost the flow. Does Smilly bluff because we blocked 2 pairs that got there on the river? Smilly says no, we'll just show down the 4. Coco says this is a wet board. On the flop and the turn, yo. On the river, I'm up. Go for some value. 3 blinds. And the value bet gets through. 6-5 for Smilly. We'll just fold the button. 9-4 for Coco. We'll limp it on in. Call with an ace and a 2. We'll check it on back. Ace 8 flop goes check. Bet. No, it doesn't. Call checks it back. 10 on the turn. No draw for Coco. Checks it on over. If I'm call, I might check once more. No, I think we bet. Call bets large and they take the pot down. King Queen. Coco will come in for the open. King 8 plays call from the big blind for Smilly. Queen 10-5 flop goes check, bet, fold, and we're moving along. 8-9 for Smilly. Oh, that's not Smilly, that's call. Coming for the open on the button. Jack 7 for Coco calls the big blind. 2-2-2 flop goes check, bet, fold, and we're moving along. A walk for a call with the queen and the 7. And an ace and a queen for Coco Jambo. 9-8 suited for Smilly calls the big blind. 6-4-3 flop. No diamonds, no hearts. Goes check, check. 7 on the turn. Smilly is open-ended. And E5 makes it straight as well. Big bet comes in. What size? Oh, only 3? This looks like value. Coco says, I don't care, I call. 7 on the river. So Smilly's sitting there with 9 high. Says, I'm going to have to try to get ace high off the pot here, aren't I? They're going to go for a pot size bet. And a snap call from the ace queen. Very nicely done by Coco. They got 60 blinds. Call gets one through with the ace 6. Ace 2 for Coco. Limps it in. 6-7 for call. Checks it back. Ace 8-7 flop goes bet, call, and we're off to the turn. 10 of diamonds. Completes the flush. Some straights complete. Coco checks. Call will check. The straight draw to the 9. Looking for a 6, 7, or 9. Get with 3 hearts. Coco might go for a little bit of value here. Coco bets 3.5 blinds. I don't know if call calls here. Not the best card on the turn there anyhow. Limp pot. Maybe we call. Limp pot. Nice fold by call. They're out of there. Ace deuce for Smilly in the big. Jack 5 for call. Might just let it go. They say no, we're going to limp it on in. We're going to play everything here. Smilly raises to 3.5 blinds and that will get the job done. 9-5 versus 10-5. We got a limp pot. Ace queen 2 flop goes bet fold and we're moving along. King 7 will raise the button. Jack 9 will call the big. Jack 9-7 flop. Bottom pair checks it back. 10 on the turn, so a 1-liner to an 8. There's 2 flush draws. Call with 2 pairs. Checks it on over once again. Smelly checks and bangs off a 7 on the river for 3 of a kind. And call might go for a... Nah, flush completes, right? We just check it over. I don't think we fold on the river. Call will bet 3.75 blinds and snap call by the 3 of a kind. Jack 9 for Coco will come for the open. Call finds a call with the 6s. King 7 completes the big blind. King 4 2 flop goes check, check. No! Call leads out for 1.6 blinds. Smilly finds the call. Coco will get out of the way. Oh, look at this big ass raise. 8.7 blinds from Smilly, and they'll take the pot down. Ooh, a couple 10s versus a couple of 9s. We get a limp and a raise and a call. No, a limp and a raise and a raise. A 3-bet raise. A 3-bet raise. Is Coco out of the tournament? That'd be a damn shame, yo. There's the 3-bet raise to 13.5 blinds. And if I'm Coco, I rip it in. But, like, no, that's 60 blinds. Chill out, Brendan. We make it, like, 24 or something. Or call. Call's even better. 8-7-4 flop. 28 blinds in the middle. Ah, do we get it all in on this flop? Something just tells me Coco's out of here. They're looking for a 9 or some diamonds or some backdoor straights. They do have 3 in a row to the straight flush. Smelly rips. Coco calls. 6 on the turn. Picks up some straight draws, but Coco's gone. 8 on the river. 10s hold. So Smelly gets another big ass bounty. Call chilling on out with 127 blinds, 154 for Smilly. Holy shit. Smilly making a flush on the turn here, nothing doing for call. So this is some deep stack heads up poker, 5K Titans event. Call bets 3 blinds, 3.5 into about 5. Smilly with that little flush, not afraid to call down. King on the river. 12 blinds in the middle. And call will overbet 14 at 0.8 and take the pot down. Nicely done. Ace deuce versus Jack 7. Don't you dare tell me we're limping it in. Good shit. 2.5 blind raise. I like the sizing. Smelly with a Jack 7-0. Plays call. Ace King 9 flop goes check bet fold and we're moving along. That was an easy one. No, it does. It goes check check. 4 on the turn. It goes check check. That was a super easy call. Doesn't call put in a bet here? We don't want to see a spade on the river for free. Okay, we don't care. Does Smilly bluff? No. Does call just check it down? Top pair? I suppose so. It was a pretty shitty run out, yo. Feels weird to bet like pot here. 3.5 blind. This is the bet by call. Trying to get called by a pair. Smilly might be a non-believer and go for a check raise. That'd be super cool. And can you imagine if call finds the call? There's 4 spades out there. I don't think Smilly's thinking about a call here. There's the raise to 8.5 blinds. And then again, does call find the call here? I don't know. How do you find the call? There's 4 spades out there. I don't even know how he found the value bet on the river. And they let go of the pair of aces. Nicely done by Smilly. Ace 3 versus 10-5. We get an open to 2.2 blinds. A quick call from the ace 3. Queen 2 flop goes check. Bet. Min bet 1 blind in fact. And call will find the call. King of spades on the turn. So call picks up a flush draw to go along with the ace high. Gets a free river. The 5 of spades. So the flush draw completes. The backdoor flush draw, the front door, and 1 misses. Just 10 high for Smilly with that 10 of spades. Might go for... No, he's got a pair of 5s. I'm so fucking dumb sometimes. Anyways, Smilly with a pair of 5s. I don't think we bluff, even though we got that 10 of spades in our holding. Smilly says, yeah, we bluff. 4.8 blinds. I wonder if we're trying to get called by a 2. I wonder how many pennies go in the middle here. 25 blinds? Does call 3-bet the river as a bluff? Or sorry, does Smilly 3-bet the river as a bluff? Blocking the flush, blocking the full house. They call and muck. Another big pot goes call's way. Blinds go up. Ace-6 will raise and take it down pretty. 8-7 suited for Smilly will raise. Call with a king and a 2 will call. Jack-6 3 flop goes. Check. Big bet 4 blinds into about 5. Call with the king high and backdoor flush draw. Smilly with the front door flush draw. Just sees a bet fold and we're moving along. 3-3 versus Jack-9. Call opens. Smilly calls. King Jack-6 flop. 5 blinds in the middle. Middle pair will bet 1.5 blinds in position. Smilly with a backdoor flush draw and a set draw. Plays call. Ace on the turn. Turn goes check. Check. 10 on the river goes. Oh, does Smilly bluff? The 3s go into a bluff here? There's a small bet, 2 blinds. There's a 1-liner to a queen. I don't know if we call with a pair of jacks. That smells like bluff to me. And the jacks hit the muck. Nicely done by Smilly. Punches are being thrown back and forth. King 9 will come in for the open and take it down pretty. 6-4 for call will open. Queen 9 for Smilly calls. 6-5 3 flop. That's top pair and a straight draw for call. Not much doing for Smilly. Backdoor straight draw. Backdoor flush draw, 2 overcards. Smilly leads out 1.6 blinds. Interesting happening. Call raises to 6 bigs. If I'm Smilly, I didn't lead the flop, but I'm certainly not calling on the flop once I face this raise. And now there's a call from Smilly, a 5 on the turn. There's 2 flush draws out there. There's plenty of straight draws. And Smilly's got queen high. 17 blinds in the middle. 4 on the river. Does this go bet or raise? 2.5 blinds. No, I think call calls the small bet here. But if it was like a big bet, I was wondering if call turns their hand into a bluff. Blocking the full houses. They still might do it. I don't think we ever fold. The question is, do we bluff or do we call? And there's the big raise, so it is a bluff. And call will get it through with the best of it. Queen Jack versus Jack 7. We got a King Queen 2 flop. Smilly bets a blind. Call is going to call. 6 on the turn. Turn goes check check 8 on the river. Six and a half blinds in the middle. Call bets 4.5 with a pair of queens and they'll take it down. Queen 5 will open. Jack 7 will 3-bet to 11.5 blinds and Smilly takes it down. 4-4 opens. 9-10 calls. Queen 7-6 flop. Flop goes check check ace on the turn. Call with a straight draw to the 8. A 9 or a 10 work. That's just factual. Smilly with those 4s will check it on back. And they do hold up. Queen on the river. Not going to be easy to call. If we face the heat, call will just show down the 10 high and 4s will take a little pot. Ace Queen suited for call. King 2-0 for Smilly calls the big blind. We get a 6-5-4 flop goes check. No. Lead from Smilly with the ace, or sorry, the king and the 2. Straight draw to the 3. Ace Queen calls with the backdoor flush draw, 2 overcards. 6 on the turn. I suppose call also has a backdoor straight draw in there, but that would be playing the board. 5 blind bet from the king and the 2 with the straight draw. Call sees a 6 on the turn and says that's a brick. I find the call. 4 on the river. Smilly might. Do we give up? If I'm Smilly, I give up, but I also wouldn't have went for the lead on the flop nor the turn. And call will show him the ace high and takes a nice pot. The players are ready and the cards are flying. Queen 3 for Smilly, 10-2 for our friend Call, who finds the fold, of course. Jack 10 for Call will raise the button. Queen 8 for Smilly will come along to the flop in some manner here. They go for a 3-bet big sizing, 11.5 blinds. Call with a very playable Jack 10-0. We'll play call. 10-7-4 flop. 2 spades for Smilly, backdoor straight draws. Call with top pair, backdoor flush draw, backdoor straight draw. Sees a big bet again, 11.6 blinds. Don't think this is going to get call off the pot yet. 6 on the turn makes a straight draw. What, really long for Smilly? A 5 or a 9? A long ass straight draw for Smilly. They block 8-9, 8-5, the made straights. Smilly bets another 22.2 blinds into the pot here. And if I'm Call, I am scared shitless. Although the bets have been a little bit too big, so the stack to pot ratio is going to be weird on the river. There'll be 90 blinds in the middle, 40 behind. Is the game just over? Does Smilly rip it all in and then Call calls? What the hell happens here? 7 pairs the board. Smilly gives up the bluff. Call will likely just check it down and take the 90 blinds in the middle. There's a 14k bounty on Smilly's head. Call could always go bounty hunting, I suppose, but I don't think so. I think you just want to check and win. 6-5, Smilly will come in for an open. Call plays call with this king and the 6. We get a 10-6-4 flop. That's a lot of 6s out there, yo. Flop goes check, check, 9 on the turn. Turn likely to go check, check as well. We'll see a river card. Deuce of clubs. If I'm Call, I might go for a value bet here, and I might go pretty big. Like 3.5 or larger. 3.6 blinds is the size, and Smilly quickly calls. 5-4 for Call, we'll limp it on in. King 4 for Smilly, checks it on back. We get a 10-10-2 flop. Flop goes check. No heart for Call, they check it on back. Deuce on the turn, double paired board. Smilly likely to feel comfortable with the king high. And 2 pairs. Call checks down to the river. We get the jack of hearts. Again, I think Smilly hero calls if Call puts in a bet. Smilly even goes for a little bit of value, 1.5 blinds, and that will take the pot. 3-5, we'll limp it on in. 8-3 for Call, might raise it on up, and they do elect to make it 4 blinds and take it down. Ace-King versus Ace-3, we could see a few pennies get in the middle here. Limp pot, Smilly will bump it on up to about 4 blinds. 5 blinds, a big size. If I'm Call, I still call and see a flop. This is a big sizing here from Smilly, though. All in is the play, and we're going to need to see a 3 or Smilly's going to get the full double. A 4 now works as well. Deuce on the river. Ace-King holds on up for Smilly, and they're back in the game with 70 blinds. I mean, they were still in the game with like 30, whatever it was, but they're really back in the game here. Smilly with a 9 and a 5 will go for a 3-bet. That's not good timing. Call has a couple of jacks on the button. Might stick in a 4-bet. They do rip it all in and take it down pre. 7-4 versus Ace-4. Smilly will raise the shittier holding on the button. Ace-4 calls and flops a straight draw to the 3. Smilly with a straight draw to the 6. Checks it on back, makes a pair of 7s on the turn. That's good news for Smilly. They pretty well have the board locked up here. Sweating aces and 3s, sorry. A 6 is now a chop as well. Smilly bets 3 blinds. That 4 of hearts is an interesting card. Call might put in a raise. They stick in the call, 4 on the river. So a 1-liner to a 6. Smilly with 2 pairs. Might go for a little value. I don't know if he's going to get called though. just elects to check it back and takes down the pot. About 11 blinds slide their way. Couple of threes get a walk for Smiley. Ace 8 will raise and take it down pre. Ace Queen versus 5-7. Ace Queen will come in for a 3-bet here. Interesting sizing choice. Smiley again goes for a bigger size, 11.5. Bigs and takes it down pre. And then we get another cooler here in Smiley's. I don't know if it's a cooler. The Ace 3 versus Ace King. I don't know if that was a cooler. But anyways, Ace 10 versus Ace King. Call 3 bets to 9 blinds. Smiley will 4-bet. Just like 70 blinds deep, 65. Smiley just rips them all in. And Call might be able to get away from it because this is a big jam, yo. 14k bounty, you have about 25% here. Don't know if that's going to factor into a call. Didn't want to see the all-in play. We do get a call from Call. They're going to need to smack a 10 or we're going to continue to play some cards here. 85 blinds deep, we find an ace on the river. Smiley holds. 4-4 versus 9-3. Get a raise and a call. Ace 9-4 flop, 2 spades for call. Interesting board as Smiley's got bottom set. 1.2 blinds is the bet on the flop. Smiley likely to check raise here. Probably big too. Whoa, we play call and the spade completes on the turn. 6 of spades. Brings in a lot of flush draw, or brings in the flush of course, but a lot of straight draws. So what my brain was trying to poop out, but my lips didn't, they didn't get the job done. Anyways, Call goes for a big hefty bet on the turn here, 5.5 blinds into 7. Smiley of course not gonna fold. Smiley goes for a check raise to 22.5 blinds. Uh-oh. Call is likely to get a lot of pennies here. They play call, jack on the river, so the board does not pair. 60 blinds behind, 52 in the middle. Weird sizing choice here for Smiley after going for such a large bet on the turn. They might just rip them all in. And then Call snap calls and takes down a big ass pot, yo. Smiley goes in the tank. And they know something's up here, but they do rip it all in and a snap call, of course. Call shows him the flush, and Smiley shows him a little bit of a set there. 7-7 for Smiley this time around. 8-4, limp pot. Call raises it up, and Smiley swiftly jams and takes it down pre. 5-2 versus 9-2. We get a limp and a call, and no, you don't have to call. It's a limp and a raise to 5 blinds, and Smiley takes it down pre. 10-8 versus 10-3, raise and a call. 9-4-3 flop, good news for Call. 4 blinds is the bet by Smiley, and let me tell you, I cannot wait for this tournament to be over. I've said call and call way too much. We get a bet and a call. 5 on the turn. So 6-7 makes the nut straight. 6-2, if that's in there, would make a straight. Ace-2 makes a straight. And 10-8 bets and takes the pot. Nicely done, getting the pair of 3s off the pot. 5-4 for Call, Queen-Jack for Smiley. We get a raise and potentially a 3-bet here. Smiley says no, we'll call in C3 cards. Ace-9-7 goes check. I think Call's going to bet. They bet small, which is kind of surprising. 1.5 blinds into about 4.8, and the Queen High calls and picks up a straight draw on the 8 turn. Looking for a 10. Jack on the river. If Smiley felt comfortable on the flop, they should certainly feel pretty comfy here. Although any 10 makes a straight, and 6-5 also got there on the turn. 6-10 as well. Imagine this goes check, bet, call. 6 blinds is the size, and I think Smiley will just look it up in the end. Again, any 10 makes a straight, but the pair of jacks is going to call, and Smiley takes a nice pot. 4-3 for Smiley will come in for the open. Ace-King for a call will 3-bet, and we'll see what size they go. 9 blinds again. Staying consistent. I don't think Smiley rips it in, but they do play call and they flop a straight draw to the duck. A deuce will do. Ace king flops top pair, top kicker, backdoor royal flush draw. Lots going on here for call. They bet small, 4.6 blinds. Smiley will find the call and will be off to the turn, 10 of clubs. 27.5 blinds in the middle. What size do we go? It's like 12.5 or larger. 12.5, somewhere around there. 18 blinds is the size, and call will take it down. Straight draw folds on the turn there. 10-4 will come in for the open. 8 deuce for Smiley in the big blind. We'll just find the fold. Look for a better hand. Ace 7 versus 10-2 suited. We get a raise and a call. No a limp and a check. Interesting board. 10-9-8. Call has top pair. Smiley makes a straight on the turn. Call picks up a flush draw. Turn goes check, check. 10 on the river. Call might go for a little value, and then Smiley snap calls. Call bets 2 blinds. There's a snap call, and Smiley takes the pot. Jack 3 versus 3-2. Get a limp and a raise and a call. 5 blinds is the size. Maybe we fold. I forgot Smiley was going so big. No, we do get a limp and a raise and a call and a 7-4 3 flop. 10 blinds in the middle, and Smiley's got bottom pair. Backdoor straight draw for him. Bets 5 blinds, half pot. Call calls. We get a 2 on the turn, which is good news for Smiley as he makes 2 pairs. Call doesn't have a whole lot of showdown value. We'll get a free river if they want to take it though. Smiley checks it on over to him on the turn here. 20.5 blinds in the middle. We get a 9 of spades on the river. Smiley was probably going for a check raise on the turn. It'd be cool for Smiley to go for another check raise. Instead they lead out the river. 15.5 blinds. We'll see if call looks him up here. They've got so many pennies, and Smiley's check on the turn is a little suspicious, but call doesn't look him up. Blinds go up. 10-9 versus 9 and a 2. Got a raise and potentially a 3-bet from call. 3-bet comes into 9 blinds, and Smiley's probably going to let go of the 9-2 suited. We're moving along with a jack and a 4 and a 9 and a 4 and a limp pot and an ace 7-5 flop. 2 diamonds out there for Smiley. Call bets a blind in position. Smiley thinking about a check raise here, and that will get the job done. 5 blinds is the size, and they take it down. 9-2 will walk out call. And we're moving along to a 10 and a 2 and an 8 and a 9. Smiley sees the standard raise. Ace king 2 flop bottom pair for call in position. Might bet to protect, and they do. 1.2 blinds, and the 9 high will get out of there. Jack 8 versus Jack 3 limp pot. Smiley in position with the suited Jack 8. Sees a Jack 9 2 flop. No spade out there, but top pair and a fair kicker. Bets a blind. 10 on the turn. Smiley picks up a straight draw to the 7 or queen to go along with the top pair. The flush did complete. They're going to check it on back, and both players make 3 of a kind on the river, and we're chopping it up, aren't we? 3 jacks with a 10 and a 9, and this might go check, bet, call. Call leads out a blind, and we do chop it up as Smiley plays call. Ace 6 for call will raise pre-flop. Queen 3 will defend the big blind. 9, 5, 7 flop. 2 spades. Goes check, check. Deuce of spades on the turn. Smiley picks up a flush draw. They lead out for pot. Weird spot as call has a straight draw to the 8, and the ace high is likely to be good here. Call finds the call 8 on the river. Spades are still a little bit more relevant, but Jack 10 and any 6 makes a straight. 10-6 as well, of course. 6-4? No, you just play the 6. My bad. Anyways, Smiley gives up the bluff. 14 blinds will slide calls away, and they might go for a few more pennies, but they won't be likely to get any. They bet, and Smiley snap folds. 10-8 for Smiley. 9-6 for call. We see a queen jack 6 flop. Bottom pair sees a 1 blind bet. Smiley with a straight draw to the 9. Sees a 3 on the turn. It's not quite what we're looking for. Smiley thinking I should go for another bet though. No, they check it on back. 4 of clubs on the river. 4.5 blinds will slide calls away most likely unless Smiley goes for some big ass bet. Like, how big do you have to bet to get a pair of 6s to fold? 3.3, that's not going to work. Quick call. And call takes a nice pot. Queen 10 versus King 9, limp pot. Queen 7, 5 flop, backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw for Smiley. The king high calls, and we get a jack on the turn. Call with that top pair. Sees a card that brings in a bunch of straight draws. They're going to go for another Batsky and a big one. 6.5 blinds, snap, call, and a 10 on the river. Funny shit. Call makes 2 pairs. Smiley makes the straight. What are we snap calling the overbet for on the turn there? If I'm call, I just rip it in. Smiley, of course, snap calls. That's kind of funny. 75 blinds will slide Smiley's way. That was funny. 8-8 for call. 9-5 for Smiley. They'll go for the open, face a 3-bet, and swiftly fold. King 8 goes for a raise and takes it down pretty. And then call gets a walk. King 6 versus Jack 7. Smiley is suited and booted, out of position, flops middle pair 6s. 8-6-3 flop. Call with a backdoor straight draw or 2. Checks it on back. We get a 3 on the turn. Not too exciting, as call has jack high. Smiley checks over the pair of 6s once again. If call bets, he's getting called. They check it down to the river. Ace of spades. Smiley with the 4 spade draw on the river. Unfortunately, has to check it on over. Call bets 3.7 blinds, and we get a snap call from the pair of 6s. Good play by Smiley. Queen 4 versus 5. Queen 9 versus 5-4. There we go. See a raise and a snap call. Pretty 8-7-2 flop goes check. Big bet 4 blinds into 4.6. Call has a straight draw to the 6. Plays call. King of hearts on the turn. I think call's hoping he gets a free river here. Five blinds is the bet by Smiley, and the pair of 5, the 5 high will fold. Interesting little hand that was. Ace queen gets no action for call. King 3 versus 9-6. Limp pot. 80 blinds deep. Queen 7-7 flop. Almost tied up, which is pretty cool. 10 on the turn. 9-6. We'll take a stab on the 10 turn. Overbet with the straight draw to the 8 and take it on down. Ooh, King 9 versus King 7. This is kind of cool. Limp pot 5-5-3 flop. Goes check check 4 on the turn. Smiley leads out for about 3.4 blinds with a straight draw to the 6, and call will get out of there with best king high. King jack sees a limp. Smiley with the 4 and the 7 will see a raise from call to 4 blinds, and I don't know what to do here. Smiley says just swiftly fold and get the heck out of there with that garbage. 5-4 will come in for a raise to 2.27 blinds. 6-7 calls. Ace 3 flop. Wait, ace 3 flop. I confused myself. Did I say the same thing twice? I don't know, but 6-7 goes for a check raise and takes the pot down. 10-6 versus 5-6. We get a limp and a check again. We're after the... Oh, a limp and a raise to 4 blinds. Call takes the pot down pre with the worst of it. Nicely done. Queen 6 versus King 5. Get a raise and a call. 7-6 4 flop. Pair of 6s for call. Straight draw for Smiley. They're going to lead on out 1.6 blinds into 4.8. Call will play call. 8 on the turn completes the straight for Smiley. 8 blinds will slide their way, and we'll see if they can get any more on top of it. I don't know how much call likes this board. Obviously 9-10 makes a straight. 9-5, any 5. Diamonds on flop. Call says I'm going to call and see a queen on the river. Pretty bad card. Whatever Smiley bets will probably get paid off. Call makes top pair with a middle pair in there too. Second bottom pair. Top and second bottom. How often? What like that's not how you would phrase it. I don't know how to phrase it, but like how do you say queens and 6s here? Just like that? He's got queens and 6s. Queens up? Is that how you say it? Anyways, river goes check back call, and we're off to the next holding. King 7 3 flop, all spades. Smiley with the 6 of spades bets a blind in position. Call with the bottom pair. Thinking about a check raise maybe? Just look to buy the pot. 3.5 blinds. I don't know why they're going for the check raise, but they do find it. 7 on the turn. Interesting little juiced pot here. We got about 12 blinds in the middle. Bottom pair of 3s for call. Jack high for Smiley and a spade draw. Board pairs on the turn. Smiley bets pot and takes it off call there. Very nicely done with the Jack 6-0. King Queen 2 flop. Not much doing for either player. 9-3. Oh, we'll check it on back and pick up some equity to the Jack or Diamond. Smiley with 7 high. Has a whole lot less going on here. They see a bet and they're just going to get the fuck out of there. King Jack versus King 2. We get a raise and a call. 10-7 7 flop. Flop goes check check. 8 on the turn. Call checks once again with the king high. Smiley with the best of it still. Sees an 8 on the river, so we're chopping this up, and I don't think either player folds. Smiley might go for a little value. Smiley says no, we'll just check and show it down. King 4 versus Ace 8. We got a raise and a call. Queen 5 3 flop. 1 heart for Smiley. Backdoor straight draws as well. Call checks back the ace high. Get a 9 on the turn. I think we both just check this down. King high versus ace high. We get an ace on the river, so call will go for some value, and then Smiley might think about a hero call. Yeah, I think so. 3.7 blinds, and Smiley snap calls and sees the bad news. 6-10 will raise and take it down pre. 5-4 versus ace 7. Call goes for the raise. Ace 7 thinking about a 3 bet here. We'll see if Smiley goes 11.5 blinds again. They do, and they take it down. It's just such a huge sizing. King 6 will go for an open. 7-4 for call. Call 3 bets to 9 blinds. Smiley's going to think about a 4 bet. Don't think we play call here with King 6-0. But the 4 bet comes into 19.5 blinds, and call gets the hell out of there. So Smiley's doing a damn good job picking up chips here. 102 blinds. It's a slight advantage. Call with 70 bigs. Ace 6 versus Queen 3. We get a raise and a call and a King 9-5 flop. Ace 6 checks it on back. 10 on the turn. So Queen Jack or 3, and call will take the pot. It's only 4.6 blinds in the middle. Smiley's going to think about a little protection bet with the ace high and then check it on back. 7 on the river. Goes check, check, and ace high takes a small one. 9-5 and 9-3. Smelly checks her on back as call limps her on in. Jack 7-7 flop goes check. If call bets, they'll take the pot, of course. One blind. And Smelly gets out of there. Although they got the backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw going on. The 9 high folds. Ace 10 will get one through for Smelly. Really, we're just waiting for some sort of cooler to happen. These guys are both playing super deep. I don't think we'll get it all in pre. We'll probably see like a raise and a 3-bet and a call or some shit. Then see some sort of pot again where there's like flush versus set. Ace 10 will raise, I think, facing a limp and take it down pre. 10-6 for call will raise and take it down pre. Oh boy, 5-3 limps it in. 6-7. Call might be pissed off. No, they check it on back. 6-4 3 flop. Interesting board. Both players with a pair and straight draws. Got a free 8 of hearts on the turn, completing the flush. That should slow action down. Although they checked on the flop, of course. There's only 2 blinds in the middle. What do you mean slow action down? Call bets 1.75 blinds. I didn't even think a bet was coming in on the turn. We get a king on the river. Does call value bet again? Try to get called by a 4 or the 3 on a scary board. Very nicely done. 1.44 blinds, and I think Smelly's going to look this up. A bluff would be cool. Make it like 9 blinds. He finds the call instead, and Smelly sees the bad news. King 4. Call will come in for the open. 6-4 defends the big. Ace 3-2 flop. So a 5 is a dirty card for call. Smelly would make the better straight. They might even check raise the flop here. They do find it. 6.25 blinds to go. And is call with the king high? Probably not. They do find it though. 7 on the turn. We don't expect king high to call you on the flop here in Smelly shoes. Hard to fire another barrel, but Smelly says, I've got big balls, yo. 17.3 blinds is full pot. Call thinks about it for a second. They knew something was up there, but they do let go of the king high. 3s versus 5s. Interesting. Limp and a raise to 4 blinds. Smelly calls. We get a jack 10-4 flop. So no real danger for the 3s. Call bets 2 blinds. Smelly might find a call on the flop here with the underpair. 9 on the turn. I think this will check down from here. Call might also bet really small again. No, they elect to check. I don't know if Smelly's got a good reason to bet. Like maybe just to get to showdown. You do bet 9.3 blinds and you're going to get the 5s out of there. Nicely done by Smelly. Big bet will get call off the pot. 10-5 for call. Raise. Take it down pre. 10-2 and an 8 and a 3. Get a limp and a check and a 6-4-3 flop. Bottom pair for call. Nothing really doing. Smelly with 10 high and a straight draw to the 5. Checks it on back. 9 on the turn. Turn goes check, bet, call. We're off to the river. 9 of diamonds. I think call will call him down here. Depending on the size. No, I think it's just going to be a call. 4.25 blinds is the full pot. Let's see if call can do it. He's got that 8. He probably doesn't want it, but he's just going to think like for 2-3 seconds and then finds the call. Nicely done by call. 9-4 will come in for the limp. 8-2 checks it on back. Queen 6-3 flop. Flop goes check, bet, potentially a raise from Smelly. They do find it. 5 blinds and they'll take the pot down. Nicely done. 10-6, Smelly limps it in. King 2 for call. Ace Queen 4 flop. Backdoor straight draws out, calls ass. They see a 7 on the turn. Brings in none of them. Smelly with the 10 high. Checks it on back, jack on the river. Both players block the nuts. Either player could bluff. Call checks. I want to see Smiley bluff and then call. Think about a hero call. 3 blinds is the size. Call, folds. Nicely done by Smiley. King, queen will get a walk. Boppity bop. Jack and a 4 versus 7 and a 2. We get a limp and a don't know. 7-2 might raise. No, call checks it on back. Queen 4-2 or queen 10-4 flop. Bottom pair for Smiley. We'll bet and take the pot down. 9-8 opens. 10-2. Thinking about a 3 bet and finds it swiftly to 10 blinds and Smiley takes the pot down. King queen gets a walk this time for a call. Queen 3 will raise. 5-7 will defend the big blind some manner. They flop an open ender to the 3 or 8 in the backdoor club draw. Call with the queen 3 will bet 1.5 blinds and Smiley might check raise again. No, they play call this time. Queen on the turn is good news for call. Obviously, they make top pair on a pretty wet board. It is paired. Do we go to the river for free? Call says, no, we put in 6 blinds, yo. Big Betsky here. And the straight draw will just find the muck. Nicely done by call to take that pot down with a random ass queen 3-0. I mean, he made top pair, so it's like, how impressive is it that he took the pot down? It's not that impressive, but, you know, looked like Smiley was going to win that one with the 5-7 suited. Like, had he check raised the flop, he's probably just taking the pot down. Goes for a call. Queen makes call top pair on the turn. Anyways, we got a king, queen flop. I think it went check, 3 on the turn. Call leads. No, he bets 1.5 blinds on the turn. Ace high calls and makes top pair on the river. Call blocks the flush. Might go for a Betsky here. A big one. And then Smiley calls quickly. With 2 pairs, aces and queens and a king kicker. 8 blinds is the size and a big pot. 21 blinds slides Smiley's way. 10-9 limps it in. 3-2 checks it back. Queen 5-3 flop goes. Check. 2 on the turn. 2 pairs for call. Nothing doing for Smiley. The board is locked up. Smiley bets a blind. Call will check raise. Oh, there's no flush draw. We just call at 4 on the river. Bad card for your 3-2. Any 6, any ace, make a straight. Smiley's got 10 high. Probably gonna go for a bluff here. A big one. 3 blinds, not too big. If I'm call, I just looked this up. Yeah, call is just on point here. Unfortunately, that they're down to about 50 blinds. Smiley with just about double. Sitting at 96 bigs. Has an ace and a jack versus a queen and a jack. Got a limp and a raise to 5 bigs. And call will call. Queen 9-6 flop is good news for call. Top pair gets checked to. 10 blinds in the middle. 3 blinds is the bet. Smiley's going to find the call, and they do find it quickly. 10 on their turn here. So he picks up a straight draw to the king or 8. Excuse me, I feel like Smiley's going to have to call another bet. Holy, that's big. 11.5 on the turn here. Top pair. And we get a jam with about 20%. Smiley looking for a chop out or ace or a king. They don't find it. 7 of hearts on the river. So call reestablishes first place position. And then he flops the second nut flush draw. 8-7-4. 2 spades. Smiley with 8-9. Top pair and a fair kicker. Backdoor straight draw sees a free 5 on the turn. Interesting check backs. Any 6 makes a straight. There's 2 flush draws. Smiley bets a blind. Calls. Deuce on the river, so Smiley's pot. 4 blinds will slide their way. King 5 versus 10-9. We get a raise and a call. And an ace jack 5 flop. Bottom pair for a call. They bet 1.5 blinds. And take the pot down. 8-5 limps it in. Queen 4. Do we raise? I don't know why, but Queen 4 comes in for the raise to 4 blinds. I think it's some like random ass King 4, King 5, Queen 5, Queen 4. I think they like it. I don't know about Jack 4. I was just thinking to myself for a little bit longer. I was like, what about the Jack 4s? And I don't remember why you use those 5s and 4s. It doesn't really matter. We'll just move along. Straight draw versus a pair of 10s. Smelly shouldn't feel super comfortable, but they got a straight draw to go along with their pair of 10s here. So that Jack is a dirty card, as both players would make a straight. Queen on the river, that's 2 pairs versus 9 high. 12 blinds in the middle. Call checks it on back, and Smelly will take it with the 2 pairs, the queens and 10s, yo. Queen 3 limps it in, 4-7 checks it on back. Jack 6-4 flop goes check. Smelly checks it back and makes top pair on the turn with the queen. Call looking for a 4 or a 7. Sees a 1 blind bet. Probably gonna have to call with the 2 flush draws out there, right? Or do we just fold on the turn here? No. 10 on the river, so ace king is the nuts. Both flush draws miss. Smelly gonna go for another value bet and then call. We'll think about a call. Hello. What's up?
I was just bringing this down here because Goose needs it.
For sure.
Oh.
I'm just about done this, I think.
Okay. How's the game going?
Shit, it was a good game. It was a
Nice.
good game. These two have been playing heads up for quite a while, so I got to learn some shit.
Oh, really, eh?
Yeah. They both got a pair of 3s. That's kind of interesting.
See where we go from here.
Smilly raises to 8 blinds. That's a bad, unfortunate happening. Queen 3.
I like that you went with Smilly rather than Smile. He probably appreciates that as well.
I don't know who calls him Smilly, but somebody calls him Smilly.
Okay.
And I think I could just copy that. And I'm really excited for this one to be over because I've had to say calls often. And it's just been calls. And sometimes I say call.
Cool.
Or just call.
You go cool calls.
Oh, I should have went with cool.
You should have gone with cool.
Fuck. It's almost over.
Next time.
How's your day?
They're all interesting.
Yeah?
They're all interesting.
Yeah.
Ended with a couple drinks with friends, so that was alright.
Nice. What's going on here? We got a king high versus a jack high. It goes check, and call will take a small pot.
Cool.
Cool will take a small pot.
Like you're going to change it now?
Yeah, I can't change it now.
No, you can't.
This was a long one, like 2 hours and a bit.
Yeah.
9-2 will limp it on in. 4-6 will raise it on up to 3.5 blinds and take it on down. 4-8 limps it on in. Queen 7 checks it on back. King 4 2 flop goes check. Bet. 1 blind is the size. Smelly calls with the backdoor flush draw, and queen high sees a 3 on the turn. That's no help. Not a heart goes check. 5 of hearts on the river is an interesting card for Smelly to bluff, but he's just going to check it down with the queen high, hoping to win. Cool shows him the pair of 4s. Ace 8 for cool. Limping it in. Smelly checks it on back. Ace 7-6 flop. That's a straight draw and backdoor flush draw for Smelly. Top pair for cool. He bets a blind. Smelly does like themselves a check raise, but they play check call this time and make a pair of 10s on the turn. Picking up a straight flush draw as call picks up the ace high flush draw. Smelly can't fold, unfortunately, but he doesn't like this situation. Just kidding. He rips it all in, looking for an 8. We get the king of clubs on the river, and the show is over. Alrighty, if you made it all the way through, thanks for checking this bullshit out. Hopefully we'll see you in another video. Until then, adios amigos.